History is often written in ink, but at Stalingrad, it was carved in bone. Imagine a city where every brick has a story of a life extinguished. In late 1942, the world held its breath. This wasn't just a battle. It was a black hole that sucked in two of the greatest war machines ever built. Today, we go beyond the statistics. We enter the minds of the hunters and the hunted. You are watching World War II stories, and this is the deep descent into the abyss of the Eastern Front. The German Sixth Army, led by Friedrich Paulus, was the crown jewel of the Wehrmacht. They had swept through France, crushed the Balkans, and now the endless steppes of Russia seemed to bend to their will. Hitler's obsession with the city was pathological. It bore Stalin's name. To take it was to behead the Soviet spirit. August 23, 1942. The Luftwaffe didn't just bomb the city. They erased it. 600 aircraft dropped over 1,000 tons of explosives. The wooden houses of the outskirts turned into a sea of fire. The Volga River itself seemed to burn as oil tanks ruptured. Within hours, a vibrant industrial hub became a blackened graveyard. German officers rode home, promising to be back by Christmas. They saw the Soviet soldiers retreating across the river and thought they were chasing a broken enemy. They didn't realize they were being lured into a trap, made of stone and defiance. This is where the pride turned into grit. As the Germans entered the city, their tanks, the masters of the open desert and plains, became iron coffins in the narrow, rubble-strewn streets. A massive concrete silo became the symbol of the first month. A handful of Soviet guards held off entire German battalions for days. When the Germans finally took it, they were horrified to find only a few malnourished bodies. They realized then, these people would rather die than breathe the same air as an invader. The battle moved into the industrial heart. Imagine fighting inside a shattered factory where the machines are still running. Soviet workers finished T-34 tanks and drove them straight into the German lines without sights or paint. The noise was deafening. Screaming metal, constant artillery, and the whistle of snipers. A 4-story apartment building. Sergeant Yakov Pavlov and his men held it for 60 days. On German maps, it was marked as a fortress, Festung. They lost more men trying to take that one apartment building than they did taking all of Paris. The tables turned on November 19th, 1942. Operation Uranus was launched. In a massive pincer movement, the Red Army smashed through the weak Romanian and Italian flanks. The Kessel, the cauldron, suddenly, 300,000 Axis soldiers were surrounded. The hunters became the caged. Hitler, safe in his mountain retreat, ordered them to stay and die. Not a step back, he echoed Stalin's own words. The air bridge lie. Hermann Göring promised to fly in 500 tons of supplies a day. They barely managed 100. Soldiers were getting Stalingrad rations, a thin slice of bread, and a bowl of horseflesh soup. Then came the Russian winter. Temperatures dropped to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Engines wouldn't start. Fingers froze to triggers. Typhus and dysentery swept through the frozen trenches. The German soldiers, once so proud in their crisp uniforms, were now wrapped in stolen women's coats and rags, looking like ghosts wandering through the ruins. By January 1943, the Sixth Army was a skeleton of its former self. They were compressed into a tiny pocket in the city center. Hitler sent a telegram to Paulus, promoting him to Field Marshal. It was a death sentence. No German Field Marshal had ever surrendered. Hitler expected a suicide. On February 2nd, 1943, the guns finally fell silent. 91,000 haggard, frostbitten men limped into captivity. The The city was a wasteland, but it was a wasteland that had broken the back of the Nazi beast. Stalingrad reminds us that in the theater of war, the script is written in the blood of the common soldier. If you found value in this deep dive into our shared history, please hit the like button. It helps us tell more of these forgotten stories. Subscribe to World War II Stories to ensure these voices are never silenced by time. If you were trapped in that city, what would have kept you going? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Share this video with a fellow history buff to keep the conversation alive. Until next time,